I'll give you an example of one problem I was having. In the morning, when the students came in the morning, I had just a really hard time getting them to settle down and start their morning work. They were like congregating in the back where they put their backpacks and talking and jumping around. Some of them were coming from Kids Quest, so they were really hyped up, and I just had a hard time settling them down. So I had like a class meeting where we just discussed. I told them I'm really unhappy with what's happening in the morning. And then I asked, what do you think I'm unhappy with? So they came up with what they knew they were doing. They just gave me the examples of, we're running in and we're talking loudly, we're not getting started. So we talked about what we wanted to see, and they told me what it should look like. Some of them even acted it out, like this is how I should put my backpack in the back. And I encouraged them to do that so others could see the right behavior. So we just discussed it. They told me what they knew they were doing wrong and how they should be doing it. And then I did something that MTSSB had sort of asked us to do earlier, but I just did it again because I was having a problem. And I just told them every morning I put just a simple sentence strip up on the board, and I put Monday through Friday on it. And I told them that I would be checking to see how many out of 18 of the students were starting the morning correctly and following the morning procedures. So we were clear about what the expectations were. And then on Monday, when they came in, I reminded them what we were doing by saying, I see Jacob has started, he's following the morning procedures. So far, I think we're at 18 out of 18. And we just worked on that all week. And the first day after the morning, I would post how many students out of 18 were following the procedures. I didn't name any names, of course. And I think on Monday, maybe we were at 14. And I said, okay, so tomorrow we want to see at least 15. And I did that every day, and it got a little better. And by Friday, we were at 18 out of 18. And I told them also that if we reached 18 out of 18, at least one day, I would bring them a treat. As soon as they knew I was tracking that, we're perfect. So it really seemed to work. And every once in a while, I have to redo it because we fall back into the old routines. And then I'll just put a sentence strip up. It doesn't take me any time, and it saves me so much trouble. Third grade talked about where we saw our biggest behavior problems, and we all agreed it seemed to be at the end of the day, during the end of the day, pack up time and get ready for dismissal. So we came up with a little chart that we would do exactly what I was doing in the morning, but this was the first time we did it. So we had all made this chart and came up with our goal by the end of the week. We wanted 90% of our students to be doing the right thing at the end of the day dismissal. And every day we monitored it. We talked to the kids about how it was yesterday. Yesterday we had 70%. We want to get it higher. And we did that every day, the whole grade level pretty much. And we really found that it made a difference. And that's why when I found that I had a problem in the morning, I basically just recreated what we had done as a grade level for my morning procedure. And it worked again. If I notice that there's a certain behavior that I'm having a problem with, I can make that, and again, discuss with the students, well, I've noticed this, do you agree? And they usually do, they know what they're doing. So we'll kind of come up together with what we should have as a behavior target for the week. And so if I have a behavior target to raise your hand silently and wait your turn to be called on, then I can write that on the board, we've all agreed, and then for the positive game, they know that I would be giving tallies or points for people for the table who's always doing that, or for the students who are doing that.